Y'all, it's hot. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're not new, welcome back. I missed you. So, before this video even gets started, if you haven't already watched part 1, go watch it. What did you waiting for? Go watch the video. Like, just go watch it. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get all the knowledge that you can get before we really get started. Y'all, I'm gonna be done sweated out by the time this video is done. But yeah, let's not get into the hair. I don't know what it's doing. It's time to wash it. So this is me attempting to do, I'm sorry, I'm looking in the mirror. This is me attempting to do a little 1-2 little curl action for y'all before I come on the video. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up doing my hair in another video. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get this video out to y'all today. Is this like a same day type of film type of video? Like, is that what we doing? I'm just playing. But yeah, so if you haven't already seen by the title, we're gonna be doing a freshman advice part 2. Y'all kind of ate that little one thing up my first part, so I was like, you know, why not do another one? But this time, instead of me like just doing stuff that I thought that you guys would want to know about, I asked y'all some questions. It's not too many questions, but they're very good questions, so I feel like I'll try to go as in depth as possible with y'all on the question. Like, I'm gonna just get into it, you know what I'm saying? So I asked on my Instagram, what are some things that you want to know about attending an HBCU or just college in general? So we're gonna get into that. I have the questions right here on my phone. Let's get started. The first question says, how does it feel as a freshman coming into a world of independence? So before we even get all the way into it, let's just say this. I guess it really just depends on how you grow up, for one. Let's just start there. For me personally, I didn't have the oh so strict mom to where it's like, you can't go to this party, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't hang out with your friends, you can't have sleepovers, you can't do. So my mom wasn't like that. She wouldn't let me run ragged, but I didn't have, like, I wasn't cooped up in the house. I didn't have no freedom, like, type of deal. So coming into a world of independence for me, it's a different scale in college. College, you can do whatever you want. I kind of touched bases on that in the last video too, as far as like when it comes to people telling you like to go to class and to do this and to do that. But that also goes into parties. That also goes into just the way you carry yourself in general. Some people go to college and have a whole new entire personality, and I wasn't one of those people. I wasn't one of those people. Like, I'm not gonna change who I am or try to fit into y'all little bubble, because no, like, why would I want to do that? So coming into a world of independence for me, it was good because obviously there are certain things you can and can't do living under your parents' roof, right? So in college, if you want to leave the house at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, that's what you can do. You can do whatever you want to do. But the thing is, don't go overboard with your independence as well. Like, some people go to college and they drinking all the time and, you know, doing all this, doing all that. Like, no, don't do it. Don't do it, because when you go to college, you're making a name for yourself in general. So if that's what you want people to remember you by, you gotta do some reevaluating up here. Like, I don't know, there's not really much I can say, but there is definitely like good to it too, because it kind of gives you a feel for the world. Like, you can try to, you know, make your own decisions and do what you think is best for you, but also make smart decisions. Like, don't do stuff that where if it was to be leaked onto one of those pages, you would be embarrassed, like the family would disown you. Like, don't do nothing like that. Just please don't. I don't know, the independence in college is good. Like, I don't know, it kind of shapes you into who you are, really. Someone else asks, is it as hard as people say it is? So going to college is like, everybody is majoring in different stuff, learning different stuff, and everybody has different like schedules too, and different activities and stuff that they're involved in and all of that. Sorry y'all, somebody was calling me. But like I was saying, everybody has different activities, different stuff that they're involved in on campus. So for me, when I say I think college is kind of hard, it really just depends. I did 2 years of community college my junior and senior year of high school, and for me that was the hardest part. Like I said in the last video too, if you haven't already, go watch it. But when you're doing your first 2 years of college, you're taking your prereqs. So those is all your basic classes, all your biology, math, science, all of those classes. Those are the hardest classes. The English classes, the speech classes, classes that you're going to have to write papers for, those are going to be the hardest classes. Your major classes, not so much. So like I was saying, as far as it being hard when it comes to everybody's major being different, everybody's classes being different. If you're a nursing major, doctor, you know, something mathematics, computer science, something to that degree, your workload and your coursework is probably going to be completely different from like a journalism major, a business major, communications major. So I mean, everybody's take on college as far as it being hard is completely different. For me, it's hard as far as like staying motivated and being disciplined, because I'm a big procrastinator. So like I will wait till the last minute to do an assignment just because I know I'm going to get a good grade on it, even if I still get it done. And that's not good. You don't want to do that. Don't be a procrastinator. I actually have been working on that because I'm taking summer classes right now as we speak, y'all. Taking summer classes right now, and I've actually been on top of my work. I haven't really been waiting to be getting it done, probably because it's summer and I want to be outside, but that's besides the point. It's still different, especially when I was saying like activities too. Some people do sports, some people do like are involved in organizations on campus and stuff, so you still have to work around that schedule as far as like when you have meetings, if you have deadlines that you need to meet for your organization, or if you, like I said, if you're an athlete, you have to go to practice, you have meets, you have games, all of that. So I'm gonna keep saying this, but college really is what you make it. Like, this next question honestly kind of touches on what I just said. Somebody else asked, how's the course load? And like I was saying before, it really just depends on your major. Like, it also depends on the teacher too. Let's get into that. It also depends on the teacher. Like, for example, like I was saying, I'm taking summer classes right now, right? So I have 2 classes. One of them is international marketing, the other one is business ethics. My business ethics class is nowhere near as much work as my international marketing class because of the teacher. My business ethics teacher, she's not on the stricter side. She's not like my international marketing teacher. She's like, you need to have this, this, and this done. You need to have this source and that source, and this is due by this day. Well, my other teacher is more like on the freer side, like, oh, just get it done when you can. This is how it is. Watch a 2-minute video and write something on it. Like, so it really just depends on the teacher as well. But you just gotta pace yourself. For one, make sure you have a journal, because you, or like a planner or something like that, so that you're able to like write down your stuff, so you never miss a deadline. Because most of the time, turning in the work and getting a bad grade on it is probably gonna be worse than turning it in late, because some teachers don't play when it comes to like late work. They'll be like, you getting 10% deducted off every day, or some people don't accept late work, or some people just like 25% the next day. Like, you know, it's just like, it really just depends. Moving on to the next question. What are some essentials for your dorm and college overall? So I was kind of getting into that like when I was just talking about the planner. That's number 1 on my list. Okay, so for your dorm room, you're gonna need, like, essentially, obviously, get you a mattress pad, get you a fan if you like, you know, like to sleep with a fan for sure. Make sure y'all getting cleaning supplies, obviously comforters, stuff like that. As far as clothes and stuff like that, if you're moving to a different state, like for me, example, make sure that you talk to people who go to the school or that live in the city or state that you're going to, so that you know how much or how little to bring. Because for me, I feel like I had like way too many clothes, like, because Missouri, it gets cold or stays cold way longer than it does in Mississippi. Like, obviously you're down south, so it's hotter down there. And so when I went back to school for winter break, it was like way hotter, and I'm like, I these coats and jackets and, you know, all of that down there when it's still hot in reality. Like, it wasn't like, oh, burning hot, but it was like warm. So it's like, I'm not finna wear no bubble coat outside and it's like 50 degrees, because they 50 degrees is not Kansas City 50 degrees, you know what I'm saying? And make sure I do research as far as like stuff like that. And other essentials, cleaning supplies for sure. I did pack a lot of stuff, but I mostly pack like decorations and like stuff like that. So you ain't gonna need a backpack. Get you a tote bag. Nice little tote bag, laptop, iPad, something like that. For example, you don't need a MacBook. If you're not gonna get a MacBook, get an iPad, but like you're gonna need some type of computer or something like that. But obviously they're gonna have like computers and stuff on campus for you to use, but it's definitely better to have your own. May or may not need notebooks. I like to physically write my notes down depending on the class. Some classes have extensive notes that I just like to type, pens, obviously, stuff like that. Mostly everything that you would, you know, use regularly as far as supplies, you're probably gonna need that. Refrigerator, air fryer, definitely, you're definitely gonna need those 2 things too. Microwave, you're gonna need a microwave. So yeah, those are just some things that I can think of off the top of my head as far as your dorm room and just for like college overall. So yeah, don't sleep, and make sure y'all get on that stuff early too, because what I did was wait until I got down to Mississippi to go to the store and buy like most of my stuff, and a lot of the good stuff was taken. So over the summer right now, while you're still at home, or if y'all having a trunk party or something like that, start getting y'all stuff early. When it gets closer to time, the like resources and the amount of stuff to pick and choose from gets very scarce, because everybody is trying to buy it at the same time. Someone said, if you're a freshman, how do you get involved? This is really good, a really good question, because personally, I didn't do any organizations my first year, but I know a lot of people who did. Sorry y'all. At the beginning, when you go to freshman week, they're going to have like clubs and stuff set up for you to like go look at and stuff like that. They have like informationals that also you have something specific that you want to know about, you can call the admissions office. You can get in touch with people on campus too, like the upperclassmen. They'll definitely have information on that. If like I was saying, you have something specific that you want to do, ask. Just word of mouth. Ask your RAs. They have information on that too. Or like I was saying, freshman week they'll have lots of informationals. I think make sure you just fill your time with something so you aren't always like sitting in your dorm. That is actually something that I wish I would have done my first year. I talked about that a little bit in the first part of this video too. I just think that it really is about how you balance your time. I'm going to say that, which a little bit of why I didn't, because I was just trying to get a feel for the campus, get a feel for my course loads, see how much extra time I did or would have to actually give my attention to something else. I do recommend getting involved, whether that just be like getting a part of the student activities board, literally anything. They have clubs for literally everything, so yeah, just get involved, like seriously. Okay, the next question says, how was making new friends? I kind of touched base on this a little bit in the first one too. Making new friends for me was very hard. I'm not gonna say it was hard, but like I didn't really give it no try. Like I didn't put no effort into it. If you're more of an outgoing person, I feel like I'm an outgoing person, but like I have to feel people out. I have to see how I like you. I have to, you know, be around you, hang around you for a minute to actually consider you my friend. For me, my school is very friendly. Like my first couple weeks on campus, it was just people coming to see, hey, how you doing, where you from, blah blah blah. Like literally everybody was just so friendly. Like it didn't matter where you was from, if they knew you, if they didn't know you, if they heard about you before, anything. Like, you know, they just was asking. Like I feel like that's really what you have to do, is just like just speak to people, just put yourself out there, honestly. Like, so I don't feel like making new friends is hard, but I was kind of talking about this in my video that I recently posted too, and was just saying how I was kind of trying to compare my friends back home to my friends back at school, or people that I was hanging around, and it's just like you can't do that because they're not going to be the same. It's people from all walks of life, people from everywhere, different cities, different countries, you know, different areas, and it's just like everybody moves different, everybody, you know, doesn't have the same morals, everybody like was raised differently, so you know your standards might not be their standards, and that's what I had to realize. And just the way that they move may not be the way that you move. And also don't try to force yourself to be friends with somebody too. Don't force a friendship. The friends are gonna come and go too, so don't worry about that either. Like I didn't really have any like, you know, problems or anything with friends in college, but I did, you know, realize that, not realize, but I did see people's like friendships just fall off, or like, you know, not even necessarily fall off, like you just hang around somebody and then you stop hanging around somebody, like, or you go there and meet like people who you'll be friends with for literally the rest of your life. Like it's all different, but at the same time it's like you just have to be yourself. Honestly, be yourself, and people who are like-minded like you, or like people who surround yourself with the same goals and stuff like that, they'll gravitate towards you. Like, and I feel like that's kind of why I didn't make as many friends last year, because I wasn't really trying to be like the force of friendship type of person. I just wanted to naturally flow. Don't be afraid to make friends though. No, don't always go into it with the intention of, oh, we're gonna be friends for the rest of our lives. Like, no, because that's not really how it is, you know? So moving on to the last question. I'm currently a junior, soon to be senior. When should I start applying to colleges/scholarships? So I feel like this was honestly the best question, because for me, if it wasn't for, okay, so remember I was telling y'all I went to community college my junior and senior year of high school, and I honestly feel like without that program I wouldn't have known as much of the stuff that I do now. That program really did prepare me, like, strongly, honestly, because I don't feel like I would have known anything if it wasn't, as far as like, you know, when it came to like filling out your FAFSA and just like applying to scholarships and stuff like that. My advice, apply early. Like, the earlier the better. I honestly don't remember. I started applying to colleges my senior year, but do early enrollment so that you can make a decision fast, so you can get your financial aid package back. And I don't know when you can apply, but do early enrollment. That's all I'm gonna say. Do early enrollment. And then as far as scholarships, there are scholarships that you can apply to your junior year. There definitely are. And senior year too. So my problem now too, as far as scholarships, I actually need to crack down and do my scholarships now. I don't feel like I waited too late. You never waited too late. You can always do them. But I probably should have did mine a little earlier. However, the biggest thing with scholarships is just applying. Just apply. It's a little lengthy when it comes to the process, depending on the application. Some of them make you write essays, record videos, and do all that. So You just have to take them, separate them, write down the requirements and stuff that they need, or as far as like transcripts and recommendation letters, videos, essays, stuff like that. Make sure you like separate them, put the deadlines of when they're due and all of that stuff, so that you can kind of organize them a little bit and you won't be like overwhelmed. This honestly, that's what I feel like I haven't applied to as many as I should have, because it just gets overwhelming looking at all of them and all the stuff that they need and stuff like that. But I can genuinely say I did apply to like maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 scholarships last year, and I got all of them. And so it really just is applying. They have the money to distribute. They're looking for people who need the money, so it's just like, if you need the money, go get it, you know what I'm saying? So okay, I guess I can kind of talk a little bit more now that my first year of college has officially ended. I think I first talked to y'all a little bit when during my first semester. Takeaway from this school year will definitely be to get involved. Like seriously, I feel like if I would have been more involved, I would have a lot more things to do to fill up my time, so that it just didn't seem like I was always sitting around, or I was always doing schoolwork, or that I didn't really have too much other than that to do with my life, you know what I'm saying? Also, pace yourself. Don't be overwhelmed. Like, as long as you try your best, that's really all that matters. Like, and that's really like the biggest thing that I can tell you. Don't stress over things you cannot control, and study. That was my biggest thing too. I didn't want to study. Like, I just wanted to wing it, oh, I think I might know the material, so I'm gonna just go in and do what I can. No, you have to study for those tests, because 9 times out of 10 the tests and stuff is going to be like the homework. So when you're actually doing the homework, then you'll know what's going to be on the test. Don't be trying to cheat your way through, or trying to half do it, or just like, oh, you know, somebody got the answers, I'm gonna do it. No, you need to study. Make sure that you're actually, how do I say this, thoroughly comprehending the work, because then it's just like, if not, you doing all this for what? You're paying for the school. So go learn. Especially if it's something that you actually want to do with your life. As far as like, for me, I'm an entrepreneurship major. Obviously, I have my own business. Like, I want to own a multi-million-dollar company. So of course I need to pay attention to what I'm actually learning in school, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, that's really all I can say. What else? Make the most of it. Do any little thing that they be having on campus. Like, recently we was having like game nights and crawfish boil hot spots, and we was doing like little parties here and there on campus. Go to everything. Like, just go to everything. Meet new people, meet new faces. Word of mouth is literally anything. So if it's something that you're trying to do to get your foot out the door, talk to people. And like I said in my last video too, don't be afraid to be on those teachers. Don't be afraid to be on those advisors, because they're there to help you. Like, they need to do their job. So just make sure y'all stay on top of y'all game. That's really all I got. This video was probably short and sweet, short and simple, something to get out for y'all today. Yeah, so stay tuned, because I do have a weekly vlog coming up next Monday. And so yeah, I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.